The biggest dame in showbiz is back. The Dame Edna treatment. Tonight, 9:40, ITV1.
Would you like to go to dinner sometime?
Oh, playing the dating game.
I like to live life on the edge.
Oh, it's about making the right moves.
How could you let Polly pick the restaurant?
You got irritable bowel syndrome?
But for Ruben Pfeffer,
When I'm making out with a girl, I like to give her a little spanking.
it's one step
I
forward
don't think she liked it.
Yeah, some women find it offensive.
and two steps back.
Did you say you were free?
No, I'm actually not sure.
Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston in an ITV1 movie premiere. Along Came Polly, Wednesday at 9, ITV1.
Hold on to your possums because the self-proclaimed Melbourne megastar is back with her very own brand new show. Join a host of celebrities all getting the Dame Edna treatment tonight, 9:40.
Welcome to TV Burp. Lennon Emmerdale related to Chewbacca off Star Wars. No. Budget cuts on Primeval. And Jim Carver reveals real reason he split up with June Ackland on the bill.
So, with a bit of luck, we can turn him over and I can have him up the M6.
Isn't it a shame when you've worked hard to gain the respect and admiration of an entire nation, but there's still a few outposts where people don't seem to appreciate just who you are?
My name is Paul Burrell, and I used to look after the Queen of England and Princess Diana.
Are we bothered? Yes, it's Australian Princess, and let's waste no time in catching up with everyone's favourite Aussie princess, Kylie. Booby.
Paul said that of our next girl, the lights are on and nobody's home. But our judges all agreed that she did very well at the press conference and delivered her speech from the heart. Kylie, congratulations.
But who really cares if somebody's home or not? Like, it's no big issue. You go to someone's house and they're not there, you just go to someone else's house.
Yeah. What's the problem if the lights are on but nobody's home? Just go next door, right? What if I am as thick as two short planks? I'd just, like, buy two more planks and attach them to the other two with wood glue. What's the problem? Their mission this week was to learn to relate to children. But first, they got to practice on each other. And it seemed maybe pig farmer Kate had been hanging around pigs for just a little too long.
So how old are you? 11. 11? Wow, that's a lot in human years, isn't it?
Even longer in pig years. But it's all about manners and etiquette for Paul. I think maybe he's been away from butlering for too long. I'm not sure he can remember the correct way to lay a table. Paul, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which knife to start with. I don't think I'll need that fish knife because I'm only having the sausage and chips. It was almost as if he was malfunctioning.
She chose lots of spices and sauces and fats. And this beef is 20%.
Almost as if he was some sort of Dalek.
Clean the silver. Clean it. Now. Clean it. Clean it.
It's the Paul Burrell Dalek! I think the brasso's in the kitchen and there's some Mr. Muscle under the sink. Thank you. The Paul Burrell Dalek there. Yeah. If you're a tree hugger and are fed up with just hugging, what's the next step in the relationship?
Just amazed it tastes so like kind of creamy.
This was Born Survivor with real-life tough guy Bear Grylls. So, What's the concept?
I'm Bear Grylls. I survived some of the world's toughest environments. Now, I'm in the rainforest of Costa Rica. Thousands come here to experience one of the most dangerous jungles on Earth. My mission, to show you the skills you need to survive here.
Now, you're all right. I think I'll stay around the hotel today. There's a big buffet lunch. Well, I paid full board. I might as well get my money's worth. Bear Grylls had all sorts of little useful tips.
I'm keeping this stick with me. You should never get near a crocodile. But if you do, the advice is to go for its eyes and its nostrils.
And that's why he was thrown out the zoo. They don't like you chucking what's-its into the monkey cage either. That was week 1. This week he showed us how to survive in the middle of the French Alps, and specifically how to get out of an ice hole.
Go. Okay, first thing I've got to do is try and get
out.
Try and get some semblance of control back again and fight this sense of shock. And
get out.
The way I do this is to try and control my breathing and keep calm.
And just get out.
I can feel already my body temperature getting really low. And my legs are going pretty numb, and it's time to be getting out of here.
At last!
The final thing I've got to remember is to go out this way.
Just get out of the hole! He does finally manage to make it out, but of course there's a special way to do it. You don't just flap about like a seal. He did it like that because a little bit further round that same ice hole is a ladder. There's a ladder. Once he's out, the question is, how do you dry yourself off in the middle of the freezing cold Alps without a towel?
Okay, now I've just got to get dry, but obviously I've just got no towel. What I can do though is use some of this snow, and even though it looks completely crazy, it's a really good way just to absorb some of the moisture off my body, and then just try and get some blanket.
Snow, of course! Nature's towel. And if you're up the Alps, what do you do for food? Sushi, anyone?
It's just the energy that I'm going to need for today.
Ah, you're back! Get off me, you loony! Freaky eaters of a different kind now, addicted to chocolate, in which we were introduced to Rachel Renton and family, who all seem to have a bit of a sweetie habit.
In an average month, binge eater Rachel consumes 300 chocolate bars, 100 bags of crisps, 90 cakes, 90 bottles of Coke, and 75 packets of sweets.
Sweets!
Dad's crunchies. He takes 3 a day to work for his breaks at work.
I love me crunchies.
Crunchies!
She thinks I don't know, but she nicked all my chewy bars the other day.
Chewy bars! Like all addicts, though, Rachel hides her habit in the most unusual places. Take these minstrels.
I have them in my bedroom because somewhere where I hide my binges. I hide from my family because I know what it can see.
That's the beauty of minstrels. They melt in your mouth, not in your groin. Don't try it with revels, though. Mind you, it does explain the way she's walking. Still got 1 or 2 minstrels down there, I think. Good job it wasn't a crunchy. Now, she's under a lot of pressure. Perhaps it's pre-minstrel tension. It's a joke! No, he's done a joke! No, she's on a journey.
It's been 1 week since Rachel started her journey.
Yeah, the trains aren't what they used to be, are they? Top TV psychologist Benjamin Fry decided that Rachel needed to confront her fears and thus took her to Blackpool.
But here in Blackpool, people come on purpose to do things that are scary.
Yeah, and if you've ever tried walking around Blackpool after about 9:30, you'll know what he means. Now, what would be the obvious psychological way to overcome someone's addiction to chocolate? That's right, tie it to a crane on a bungee rope. And to prove that I'm not addicted to chocolate, while you're watching this clip, I'm going to have one of my crunchies. She's dropped a minstrel. Minstrel. Oh, we've got hold of the first pictures of Camilla Parker Bowles since the hysterectomy.
Some scientists consider a world in which we may rub shoulders with a dinosaur equivalent.
Of course not. Get well soon, Mom. This was Horizon, my pet dinosaur, which explored what would have happened if the dinosaurs hadn't been killed off. Surely that would be just like Primeval, ITV's hit show, which is itself a bit like Doctor Who. I tell you what, though, never get a paleontologist to carve your Christmas turkey. They take all the fun out of it.
What we're pulling off here is the major flight muscle. This is what depresses the wing, what powers the downstroke in living birds. And here we can see another major flight muscle, the supracoracoideus, that is in Velociraptor and Oviraptor.
What's for pudding? The main conclusion of this show was that dinosaurs did actually make it through to the present day. Yeah, apparently dinosaurs are all around us. They didn't die out, they merely evolved.
They're not the biggest animals anymore, but still there's over 10,000 living species of descendants of dinosaurs.
Yeah, the old-fashioned dinosaurs evolved into birds like the blue-tit or chaffinch. But which is better, an old-fashioned dinosaur or a blue-tit? There's only one way to find out. See you after the break.
With silver blades gleaming.
It's lovely to watch.
This is the big one.
Your hard work is paying off.
It's about focus.
Everything that's past is gone.
Balance.
You could surprise a lot of people here.
And a little bit of spark.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
This is far from routine.
It is about the people at home voting.
This is the final of Dancing on Ice.
And it'll be what happens on the night.
Tonight at 6:30, ITV1.
There is an honesty behind a glance, a meaning behind a touch, and faith cried with a tear.
What I desire above all in a wife is firmness of character.
There are lies behind a promise, importance in a whim, and deceit sealed with a kiss.
Beware how you give your heart.
Appearances often deceive, you know.
There is hope behind a gesture, value in a token.
I would introduce an element of the unexpected, of romance.
And unspoken love, delivered with a smile. The Jane Austen season starts Sunday at 9, ITV1.
I was a telecom engineer. When mobile phones first came out, I was using them all day. I've only got a few weeks left to live.
The man's name's Eddie Dyke. A couple of months to live and he blames mobile phones for his condition.
2 people have been shot dead.
Are all mobile phone users now in danger?
Rule number 1, someone does something to your family, you don't rest till you get them back.
Bomb in Liverpool, shooting in Manchester. Different cities, different crimes.
Morris Stone is one of ours.
We stop this now before we actually kill someone.
Eddie, what's happening? Speak to me.
$23 billion of Iraqi money. At some point, somebody's going to die.
Hello? The ITV1 drama premiere.
It's too late now!
Mobile starts Monday at 9.
What do you get for the man who has everything?
Well, I'd just like to have the most fantastic glamorous party in New York City with my dearest and closest friends. And to play the concert of a lifetime. And you're all invited. Join me for the biggest birthday bash I've ever thrown, live from Madison Square Garden.
An A-list celebrity event and musical exclusive to wish happy birthday Elton, coming soon on ITV1.
Welcome back to TV Burp. Upside down chimpanzee lady on Fallen Angel. Man with unusual medical problem on the bill.
How are you feeling, Mr. Burns?
Like a horse.
Give him a lump of sugar and he'll feel a lot better about himself. And Chris the Skeptic on Haunted Homes is having marital difficulties with his teddy.
But I don't think it's going to happen, and I am tired. And I think I'm going to go back to the hotel and get some sleep.
Oh, Teddy. Now, in the city, we're used to the phone ringing all the time. In the country, however, it's very different. You can go for so long without a phone call, you can almost forget what it's there for. No, what's that? This was Emmerdale. And poor Pearl, though. Her main job is cleaning, but she raises much-needed extra funds from a sideline, flogging pies to the Woolpack. But there's some bad news. And as always, there are good and bad ways of breaking bad news.
Hey, Pearl, I forgot about the pies.
Oh, it's a good job I didn't. There'll be nothing for lunch tomorrow. I've got a dozen steak and ale, and I've done some extra cheese and onion.
Well, I'm not sure we'll need that many. Now Marlon's back in the kitchen, we've got the full menu again.
Marlon? But I was relying on... It's... So how many do you want?
None.
None! The good news is that the cleaning job is going well. It's such a big house, so you can imagine if there's someone at the door, it takes her a while to answer it. Actually, they cut the top off that clip. Here's how long it really takes Pearl to get to that front door. As I say, it's a big house, that. Which brings us to our smallest amount of sick produced when being sick of the week.
Rise and shine.
What's that old rhyme? Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor...
Jockey. Beekeeper. Spaceman.
Thief. That's it, yeah. It's our own Coronation Street. And factory boss Paul Connor took the difficult decision to sack Sean Tully for the minor transgression of getting off with his sister's fiancé, Sonny. but the underworld workforce were united in their support for him.
He's here, it's clear. He'll buy us all a beer. It's Sean Tully! It's Sean Tully! He's fired! He's tired! We'll not go back till he's been rehired. Yeah. It's Sean Tully!
How about rhymes for all the Corrie characters? She drinks in pubs. She murdered Charlie Stubbs. Tasty Bolo! He raves, he rants, he runs a factory that makes pants. Paul Connor! Roy is her fan, but she used to be a man. Hayley Cropper! He cheated, he lied, he bats for both sides. Sunny! She's got grey hair and kind of funny eyes. Blanche! Well, you get the idea with that. With all this stuff in the papers about making money off the TV phone lines, I was surprised to see they'd introduced a phone quiz onto Coronation Street.
6 letters, verdict, left in computers with man about.
A, guilty. B, innocent. C, rip off phone line again. Meanwhile, Dev was busy giving out recipe advice from his corner shop.
Excellent choice.
Yeah?
Now, you know what you should try with that? Just a little virgin olive oil, a pinch of salt, you dip in the bread.
No, try this one. Another one of Deb's recipe, pork pie in guacamole. Oh, this one of Deb's, yeah. Chip in tomato sauce. Chip and chips. Oh, this one, finger in chocolate spread. Yummy, yum. With all this talk of food, Ken seemed to have a bit of a build-up of saliva. It's nice to see Ken's son, Peter Barlow, back on the street. Thanks, Peter.
After you.
Oh, thanks, Peter. What's your best chat-up line, fellas?
Hi, I'm Chris. You look like a nice girl. Difficult to say who I can remember to talk about, but anyway, it's Tom Jones I've met and Rip Wakeman.
Do you know, I didn't fancy you when you first came in, but now I know you've met Rick Wakeman. Want a massage? Of course not. This was Real Extras, the story of the supporting artists struggling to get a foot on the ladder to the stars. Believe me, it's a wonderful view from the top. One of the auditions was for a fireman, and it was almost as if you were there in a burning building.
Stay back, Sergeant. I'll have to go in. No. We're in there.
Oh, chilling. And what's the golden rule in showbiz, Harold Kay?
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I'm gonna finish on top.
Yeah, all right, mate, you better get back up that building society before they notice you're missing. Big machines, trucks now, in which we were introduced to tiny Rance Gillingham. So small is he, in fact, that he wasn't brought up by normal parents.
Rance Gillingham has worked at this mine in Fort McMurray, Alberta for 20 years. The last 7 of them spent in the company of the caterpillars.
Brought up by caterpillars. But if you're driving a monster truck, how do you communicate with your friends in the other trucks? CB radio, walkie-talkies? No, a series of honks.
When you're at the shovel, he'll honk once if you're positioned properly. He'll honk twice if he wants you to back up more. And he'll honk 3 times if he wants you to reposition.
Yeah, it's 1 honk before you start. Twice if he wants you to back up more. 3 times if he wants you to reposition.
Then it gets a bit more complicated. For instance, if you want to say, that's all we got time for, it goes like this.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I'm gonna finish on top. See you next week.
Oh, sorry. I've got to do it. Beg your pardon.
Join us here, live, for the final to see who'll win Dancing on Ice 2007.
Our 3 remaining stars will face their most daunting challenge yet. They won't just be skating, they'll be flying.
It'll be spectacular. Dancing on Ice, the final, after the break.
And that's followed by the last in the series of Primeval at 10 to 8.